Good morning, my little nerds. What the hell am I wearing? I will give you guys a quick little twirly twirl. I am by no means a fashion person, but clearly, I bought this on a clearance sale and was obsessed with the radiance. I will say it makes way too much noise, even for my own liking, but it is perfect for the video I have in store for you today, where we are marrying the supernatural, the mystical, and skincare. Today, my friends, we are going to describe your zodiac sign as a skincare ingredient. Who am I? I am Dr. Shereene Idriss. I am clearly an Aquarius. You can tell. And I am a cosmetic board certified dermatologist based in New York City. And I am overheating at the moment because this trench, whatever, does not breathe. But I'm going to wear it for the length of this video just to commit. By the way, every single sign I'm going to mention is an equal opportunity sign to be discriminated against, minus Aquarius for personal reasons. There's no shame in this game. None of these attacks are personal, or are they? And every skincare ingredient that I talk about is going to be an astrological sign. So let's jump in. Starting from the top being January 1st, because I do not know when the zodiac sign actually begins, we are going to start with Capricorns. Let's start with the positives. They're hardworking, they're relentless, and they want to be the best at everything. So much so that they are ruthless and greedy little shits, and they will stop at no one or nothing that gets in their way. And as such, they are hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is the bane of my existence because topically in skincare, it really does nothing for you except for temporarily plumps. It is, if you want to learn more, watch my deep dive video, but it is a dichotomy of an ingredient because at low molecular weight, it can actually be pro-inflammatory, making things worse. And it is so greedy that it's a greedy little W-H-O-R-E, and it will stop at nothing to get its little paws on all the water around it, including your skin cells, drying you up in the process and inciting inflammation as well. High molecular weight hyaluronic acid is a different story, but it can't get in as deep at all. It literally sits on the surface of your skin. So if you had to be a skincare ingredient, you little Capricorn out there, you would be hyaluronic acid. You have duped everybody. Everyone thinks they need you and they love you, when in fact, you're really after your own gain. That's terrible. But you are hardworking and you are relentless, and for that, hats off. Tips. What kind of products do you need to buy with HA? None, because pretty much all of them have hyaluronic acid in the form of sodium hyaluronate, so you do not need a dedicated hyaluronic acid serum, especially not one that costs at least $300. If you know, you know. IYK. And I will end it there. Moving on. Aquarius. Yes, we have a questionable sense of style. Yes, we like bright colors. And yes, we are oftentimes described as, he is something else, and we'll get to his sign in a second. But we are oftentimes described as being detached or dictatorial in our ways, when in fact we are not. We are truly humanitarians at heart. And I will actually say this, I do believe this, selfless to the point where it can even go against yourself when you are trying to make sure that everybody deserves fair treatment. Viva la revolution, as my old nurse would tell me all the time when I would complain that people were not being treated fairly. So as such, what skincare ingredient, or rather category in this one, for this one because it's way too broad to just be one ingredient, is an Aquarius? Aquarius, my friend, you are sunscreen. And as such, sunscreens are truly there to help you help yourself. They're not claiming to be the fountain of youth, although they are, that are going to make you look like a baby bum's bum. They are there to help you protect yourself from the damage and stresses of life without you having to worry about yourself. So for all the naysayers out there, just wear the damn sunscreen already. Wear it, embrace it, enjoy it. The negatives screens are that they are so steadfast in their beliefs that sometimes they're not willing to bend. So for all the sensitive souls out there, you guys have to kind of be a little bit patient with us Aquariuses and us sunscreens, and you basically have to find the right one for you. I will say within the US of America, We need broader and better regulations when it comes to sunscreens. There are so many new filters available to the rest of the world that we do not have yet approved in the US. That is very unfortunate. But with what we do have a lot, and we can at least still play and have fun. My personal favorite at the moment, which has been basically for the past year, has been Supergoop's Glow Screen, because I don't like to wear a lot of makeup. And this one, although it is a chemical sunscreen, everything is a chemical, but it is the Glow Screen by Supergoop. I love it because it just gives enough of a natural glow that makes you look like a disco ball. And that is an oxymoron within itself, and I do not care because I'm an Aquarius. So, let's see, I'll show you guys just the sheen this gives. I love this sunscreen. I love this sunscreen. And no, they don't pay me at all. At all, at all. I bought this full price. Pisces of the bunch. The Pisces are the water-loving peacemakers. They are selfless. They are artsy. They are compassionate. But they're slightly weak-willed. Slightly so that they've allowed hyaluronic acid to take center stage, when in fact, glycerin is the Pisces of all Pisces and deserves the coronation. But because she's weak-willed, she's taken a step back and allowed hyaluronic acid to get spotlight this past year or so, or decade. And therefore, glycerin is the clear winner. Glycerin is not only water-loving and compassionate, but she gives back to your skin in the process, allowing your skin to boost its collagen production, repairing its moisture barrier, and not inciting underlying inflammation. It is a cornerstone of all skincare ingredients, actually skincare products, that I love. When I see glycerin in a skincare ingredient list, especially high up, I get excited because it is one that delivers time and time again, and one that does not irritate or inflame my skin personally, at least. And one that I love, that I've spoken about a million times and know they have not sponsored me either, is Aveeno. I love this brand as well. Their Calm and Restore Triple Oat Serum or Gel Moisturizer. They also have their cleanser, which we will do a deep dive on one day. I hate their dropper, but this baby is phenoms. Phenoms because it's just enough hydration if you are oily, and you might need a little bit more if you are dry, but it is the perfect combination of something that quenches your skin and allows your skin to stay nice and firm and plump throughout the day. And there's no HA in it. So I am obsessed. Love it, love it, love it. So that is Aveeno's Calm and Restore Triple Oat Serum. You Pisces, you always knowing how to calm and peace my skin out. Oh, Aries, my middle sister. She is an Aries. She is confident, courageous, pioneering, but also one of the most misunderstood signs of the zodiac. And as such, she is oftentimes feared and avoided. I refused to answer her phone calls this morning. And because of that, I attribute hydroquinone as an Aries, because hydroquinone is one of the most misunderstood ingredients in the skincare world. It is feared for no reason. It is based on complete misunderstanding of the original studies that have been perpetuated over time. And it is the gold standard when it comes to hyperpigmentation, especially melasma, which is the biggest bitch of all. So hydroquinone is your savior. You can only buy it at 2% over the counter, although certain groups that rhyme with G have been lobbying for the government to pull it from over the counter. And sadly, it is getting pulled, and it is hard to find over the counter. You used to be able to find it at 2%. Different had their Dark Spot Collecting Serum at 2%, which I can no longer find at any Target, Walmart, Duane Reade, or CVS. So that is sad. AMBI is still a skincare out there that does have it at 2%. At 2%, though, it may not be strong enough for you, so do not be scared to see your local board-certified dermatologist to get a prescription for hydroquinone, because it will help you save your skin, okay? I love it. I love it. I love it. It just needs to be used under the supervision of a dermatologist. Moving on to Taurus. They are slow and steady. They win the race. They are persistent and they are determined, but they can bite if something gets in their way. And they, my friends, are the retinol of the bunch. Retinol, retinoids, prescription over the counter, you name it. They are it. They are the queen bee, the crown jewel of your skincare ingredients. And although I am not married to a Taurus, or I don't really actually have that many Tauruses except for my grandfather in my life, I will say it is true what they say about Tauruses, that you can rely on them to make you better. You can. And so I don't know, I just made that up. I don't know if they actually say that. But Tauruses and retinols are gonna be what are gonna help you help your skin throughout the long run, because they're gonna help generate more collagen. Retinols are really the only proven ingredient, proven time and time again, consistently over time, to help stimulate your own collagen production and help with your skin cell turnover, giving you a fresher base in the long run. But they come with a bite, and you need to know your skin, and you need to know how to approach them, because it's not a one size fits all. All right, and same goes with all the Tauruses out there. They're not a one size fits all, and you need to sort of approach with caution, because they can be slightly too determined and persistent over time. I will say, product-wise, over-the-counter, SkinCeuticals has a great range of retinols. They have them in 3 different strengths at 0.3, 0.5, and 1.0. If you watched my video from last week, you will see that don't be misled when you see retinol complex, because that is not the percentage of the retinol being used. Make sure you are reading labels and ingredients correctly. All right, now on to Gemini. Him. Okay, he's two-faced. I love him. He's extremely smart. They're extremely intellectual. They're extremely intelligent, and I absolutely love Geminis. But when I was thinking about skincare products that can be two-faced and misunderstood, it was really hard for me to finally come up with one. And so I basically brought one that I never ever use, which is kind of ironic because I'm married to him and I use him every single day. Is witch hazel. Witch hazel claims to reduce inflammation. It claims to be a skin soother, to help minimize the appearance of pores and to tighten pores and to decrease redness. It's almost like this sort of miracle ingredient, slightly elusive, but is it? Because if you are sensitive, or if you have dry skin, or if you have any sort of tendencies to be irritated skin-wise in any way, shape, or form, I tell you, run and avoid the witch hazel. It's absolutely useless. And the brand that comes to mind is Thayer's Witch Hazel Toner. I feel very bad for this brand. It has been completely because of a certain influencer by the name of Hiram who has killed it. But I've never understood the witch hazel sort of frenzy. And it's probably one of the things that I really do agree with Hiram, is that it's kind of useless. But if you want something for whatever reason that helps to minimize your redness because you don't have sensitive skin, maybe go for this. I don't use it. It is definitely misunderstood. Somebody please explain it to me, because I don't understand the value of witch hazel. Moving on to Cancer. Cancers are emotionally caring, very protective and sympathetic. We all know a Cancer in our life, okay? But they tend to slightly overpromise, and the results that they deliver are slightly lukewarm. And they are the peptides. They are the category of peptides, because peptides are not all created equal. Peptides have promised us for decades and decades to be the fountain of youth, promised to better looking, firmer, younger, plumper skin. But have they really delivered? Mic drop, no. And so do we need a peptide in our skincare routine? It doesn't hurt to incorporate a peptide, but is it the answer, the end all be all to all of your skincare woes? No. And I've never used that word. I'm very proud of myself. So a product that comes to mind is Drunk Elephant's Proteiny Polypeptide Cream. It's a very lightweight cream. There is no scent. Do I really think that this is gonna help make my neck into the lamp pole that it should be on the street? Nope, I do not. But I might as well just use it because I have it. So anyway, that is peptides in a nutshell. I will tell you this, the value of peptides is if you really cannot tolerate a retinol, because not everybody can tolerate retinols, even the lightest version from an over-the-counter. Peptides might be a good adjunct to add on. Or if you really are just trying to fight the test of time, you might as well throw in a peptide cream on top of your retinol or prescription strength retinoid, which you're probably already using. It's basically, I would tell you, the cherry on top of the whipped cream, on top of the ganache, on top of the icing, on top of the cake, on top of the layers, on top of a fruit plate. That's what peptides are for your skincare. It doesn't hurt to throw them on, but they're not gonna be the answer to all of your problems in life. On to Leos. Leos are the star of the show. Everyone loves the Leo in social settings. They are charismatic, they are the life of a show, they are strong, they are extremely patronizing, and they can be intolerant at times as well. But they do deliver. They do deliver, and they are what they are, and they know it. And I kind of love them for that. And that is glycolic acid. I love glycolic acid because glycolic acid knows it can be irritating. It knows it's not for everyone, but it knows it's one of the best exfoliating acids, especially over the counter out there, that not only is gonna buff your skin into the smoothest baby bottom ever, but it's also going to help your skin in the process by helping produce collagen over time and evening out your skin tone. So I love it. It's also a humectant, so it draws in water as well. So it's like, bitch, I'm glycolic acid and I'm a Leo, and if you don't like me, that's your problem, but everyone should love me, and they probably do. They probably do. So glycolic acid is my favorite one. I like this one by L'Oreal. It is their 10% glycolic acid. I hate their dropper. I've switched it onto a pump. It makes it so much easier, and my hands now are completely messed up between glycolic acid, sunscreen, and moisturizers, but this one helps to exfoliate your skin. I will say, make sure you follow it up with sunscreen in the morning, Aquarius and Leos, hey, because the sunscreen is going to protect your skin, because the glycolic acid is going to make you more sun sensitive. Moving on to Virgos. Virgos are modest and shy. They are extremely meticulous, and because they are so meticulous, they can be overly perfectionist and overly critical, and they are salicylic acid. It is the counterpart of glycolic acid that's confident, like, I'm going to deliver. Salicylic acid is like, should I deliver? Should I not deliver? Are they oily? Are they not oily? They should be oily if I use them. If they're not oily, I'm going to over dry them. Oh, there's my daughter, and she's something else. We'll get to her in a second. But salicylic acid is overly meticulous, and they are a Virgo because they are perfectionists, and they only want to be used for people with acne. And if you're somebody who does not have oily skin, or who kind of veers towards the drier part of the spectrum, I would not recommend them for you because they will dry you out. But salicylic acid, Neutrogena's, the one everyone thinks of, the orange one, the oil-free acne wash is probably what I think of when I think of sal acid. If you have acne, or you're breaking out, or you're extremely oily, this one's for you. Just don't overuse it because it will overstrip your skin and you will make more oil in the process. Again, perfectionists, and they are overly critical, and they basically hurt themselves in the process. All right, Libras. Charming, sociable, peaceable, is that even a word? Are qualities that I think of when I think of Libras. However, they're actually very easily influenceable and, sadly, self-indulgent. And 2020 was their year, and they self-indulged to the point that they overwent their own capacity of what is acceptable for them, and they are niacinamide. Niacinamide is the Libra of the bunch, and in 2020, they were the star of the show, and everyone thought that they were the best thing since sliced bread and started putting them at concentrations higher than 5%, and in the process inflaming your skin, making them not so great overall. But when you use them at their concentration, and when you put them in their place, you little Libra, you will see that not only are they charming and sociable, they help even out your skin tone, help prepare your barrier, help minimize inflammation, and increase collagen. And you have to look for niacinamide at 5%. I like this one by Glossier, the Super Pure. It's also with zinc, which is a great anti-inflammatory, so they work well together. This is a nice one. Glossier, you did good. Moving on to Scorpio. No, she may seem like a Scorpio, but she's not a Scorpio. 2 minutes. Scorpios are Mila earmuffs. 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 The B-I-T-C-H. Okay, goodbye. Vitamin C is a Scorpio. She is a scary little B-I-T-C-H. She still can't spell. And as such, you gotta approach with caution. If she likes you, she's good for you. She got you. Now, if for whatever reason you happen to rub her the wrong way, she will attack. And I have seen Scorpios attack, and they are not my favorite. They're just not my favorite. I'm sorry. I've been hurt in my past. If you've watched my journey video, you may or may not know, but it was a Scorpio. And as such, she's a psychotic little bitch that can freak the fuck out. So, vitamin C is the Scorpio of the bunch. They're great for you when they like you. You have to find the vitamin C for you. Not all vitamin C's are created equal. What you don't know you need, but you do need, especially before your sunscreen, because it will make your sunscreen work better for it. And isn't that ironic? Because sunscreens are me, Aquarius. That's a very deep conversation for another day. All right, vitamin C products, SkinCeuticals, they have their CE ferulic, they have their Silymarin CF, which is their newest one of the bunch. It does not have hyaluronic acid in it, whereas their CE ferulic does, and it is better suited for oily skin, especially also their Floritin CF. If you have acne, I would try that one. Sagittarius. Sagittarius are freedom lovers. They're very optimistic, but they're extremely straightforward. as you may or may not have, if you follow me for a while, you probably could tell. But because they are so optimistic, they can be blindly optimistic, over-promising in the process, and you not really know what you're getting. And they are azelaic acid. Paula's Choice 10% azelaic acid booster is one of my favorite ones over the counter. Azelaic acid is a powder, and as such, it can pill on top of products. So I use this mostly just at night, and it doesn't smell very good. But azelaic acid is one of those ingredients that can do everything. They can reduce inflammation. They can even out pigmentation. They can help repair your skincare's barrier. They are something that I use when you have hormonal acne and we're just trying to calm everything down. But do they always deliver to the best? No, because they can be blindly optimistic, like their counterpart. Not talking about her. All right, so that is your skincare in a nutshell. I hope this coat did not make too much noise because I got a headache from all of the crying, clink from it. I hope I did not offend you, or if I did, it's not about you, it's about the skincare ingredients. And I am Dr. Shereene Idriss, and I'm wishing you all a wonderful, beautiful Saturday. Have a great weekend.